Before diving deep into the episode, I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys. So, we're all about building a space about wellness and personal growth. So we really want to bring the best conversation on Wellsome podcast. And in order to do that, I really ask you to support our journey, hit the thumbs up, just share the episode if you really think that it can resonate with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to keep up with us. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Wellsome, a podcast where wellness meets self-development. I am Vicky, and in each episode, I'm gonna dive deep into real conversations about health and personal growth. So, in today's episode, I'm so happy to introduce you Hala Barghout. Did I spell it correctly?
Yes, correct.
Good. And Hala is a dietitian and also the founder of Color My Plate, which is an amazing concept, by the way, that we really needed in Dubai. And I can't wait for Hala to explain us exactly the foundation of this project. And in today's episode, we're going to dive deep into nutrition, how nutrition can impact our gut health and our overall health, and everything that we need to know about nutrition. There is a lot of buzz about this topic, but that's the reason why Hala is here today. I cannot wait to ask her so many questions so everyone can get the benefit out of it. Hala,
Thank you, Vicky.
welcome to Wellsome.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Nice.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me
for our
too. Me
talk.
too. We have a lot to say, and I couldn't wait actually. But first, I wanted to ask you the question that I always ask to people. So, how did you get into nutrition and wellness?
Okay, great question. Thank you. So, as I was growing up, I was always into the sciences. I loved biology. I was very intrigued by how the human body works.
Yeah.
And then when I got into university, I actually applied to the biology major and to nutrition, and I got into both. But then I thought being in the Middle East and having a degree in biology will get me where to.
Yeah.
Will get me maybe not where I would want to be
Yeah.
if I were to stay in the Middle East. So I said, let me just see if I can get into nutrition, and I did. And I noticed that when I was in university, there was like a huge deal about how food affected the way we feel, affected the way we think, our mental, our
Yeah.
physical state, our emotional state. And everyone was all about either overeating, overindulging, or going on restrictive diets.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what was good for them.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I want to study nutrition and I want to change that. I want to teach people how the science behind food is actually very important. And I wanted to really study the science behind food and see how it can support us
Yeah.
with our health, with longevity, and with our energy levels.
Yeah.
And that's where I am. I mean,
Wow.
I studied. We did most of the 4 years at university were
Yeah.
theoretical and not practical. So I had decided that one day I want to graduate and help people learn how to use science through food and not through restriction and elimination,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah. I love that you point out this because, as I said, there are a lot of misconceptions nowadays, and I think social media now they helped on one side
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
push people to be like healthier, but sometimes people they don't
Confuse
really
them
know. Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
So starting from this point, what do you think are the biggest misconceptions when it comes to nutrition?
Okay, I think the biggest challenge nowadays is information overload. Okay, there is so much
agree.
conflicting advice online about what's good for you, what suits you, what not. And people are going on this diet, that diet, taking supplements, what's good for them, what's bad. They're just confused.
Yeah.
They don't know what's the right thing for them.
Absolutely.
So I think that it's actually very important for you to understand like what nutrition is about, to seek guidance, not to just follow what the trend
Yeah.
is out there and restrict yourself or eliminate this or find a quick fix or whatnot.
Yeah.
So I feel that people really need to educate themselves on what's right for them, because nutrition, as you know, is not one size fits all, right?
Yes.
So it's very personalized, and people need to know that it is personalized. You can't just go and follow this, follow that, because
Yeah.
what's for you might not be what's for them.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is
Yeah.
for me. Yeah, I'm sure this is the number one misconception
Yeah.
overall
Yeah.
because like you get confused from all this information, and I
Even
understand.
I do at some point. I do
Yeah,
from time to time. Like people
yeah,
come and ask me, but I heard this was good. What happened to
yeah,
this recent study? Now I
yeah.
heard it's not bad, it's not good, etc. So it actually also makes me enjoy nutrition more because it's always like new research coming out and
Yeah.
I always want to learn more, read more, etc. So
Did
it's
you
interesting.
see like a specific misconception in the Middle East in specific when it comes to nutrition?
Well, actually, there are many, but what I could tell you is people go on very restrictive diets and people think that carb is the enemy.
Oh, thank you for saying that because
Yes,
actually this was,
this is one of
yeah,
the biggest misconceptions, and if you want, I can elaborate on that. Shall
please,
I? Okay,
please.
so everyone thinks carb is the enemy, where in fact it is the quality or the type and the quantity of carbs that you eat that can affect you negatively. Okay, what do carbs provide you with? They provide you with energy, they contain fiber. What is fiber good for? Your gut. Fiber is good
Yeah,
for your hormones. Fiber is even good for your mental health, right?
yeah,
So once you restrict carbohydrates, you're actually eliminating things that are very good for you and where you can actually focus on getting them from the right sources.
yeah,
So what I usually advise people is don't restrict yourselves. Elimination is not the way to go, okay? Don't no neither is restriction. So if you want to, let's say, include carbs in your diet, which I think you should, focus on the ones that are complex, like coming from quinoa, let's say sweet potato,
yeah.
things that contain fiber, and staying away with the ones that are not good for you, like the pastries, the cakes, the cookies, the
The
donuts,
refined
etc.
one,
The
yeah,
refined ones,
yeah,
exactly. So I really don't believe, as a nutritionist, that restriction is key. Diversity is key.
yeah.
And I think you have to diversify, but know how to do it.
I love that. I love that you pointed this
Yeah,
out
yeah,
because this is a very key
yeah.
concept that everyone should know. And also, I don't know if you noticed, but now I think was more like in the previous years, but
Yeah.
I can still see somehow some products with low carbs, low
Yeah.
sugar, low fats.
A lot of claims are misleading.
Yes.
And people need to know that carbs are not the enemy. If they are bad carbs, then they are the enemy. If they
Yeah.
contain sugar, then they are the enemy.
Yeah.
So don't follow these claims. Basically, from like, let's say from the bottom, I can tell you stay away from packaged goods.
Yes.
Like make your own, find your own, or go for packaged items that contain 3 ingredients or less, not more,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know it requires education. I don't expect everybody to know this. But if you do seek help, you learn, you get educated, you will know what's good for you and what's not.
Absolutely, absolutely. And also the supermarkets sometimes are not helping because they
Yeah.
put out so many things with the big claims.
Yes.
But I'm sure that you agree with me that, for example, when it comes to my client, I always say you need to read the labels.
Yeah, 100%.
You need to read the labels. And I'm
Understand
sure
them,
that,
read them, and understand them. So it's our
yeah,
job to educate them on how to do that. It's
absolutely.
not easy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, talking about nutritional trends, was actually, it's a thing.
yeah.
We see now on social media the rise of the carnivore diet. I want to hear your opinion about it.
All right. Some people will disagree with me on this. I know so many people that do follow this diet and have been following it long term. It will give you short term results. You will see results from going on a carnivore diet. Why? Because you are restricting yourself from many important food groups. And obviously, going carnivore means not having vegetables, not having fruits. So, eliminating fiber from your diet, which is very important. Again, I repeat, for
Yeah.
gut health, for mood,
Yeah.
for mental health, etc. So, as you know that you will be able to see results, I don't think it's sustainable long term. Can you go on a carnivore diet for the rest of your life? It also will negatively impact your gut.
Yeah.
Okay, when you go on a super carnivore diet. And the same goes for going vegan, which is very restrictive. Going on a vegan diet, if you don't plan properly how you're going to eat, you're going to be having deficiencies of vitamin B12, omega 3, what else? Iron,
Yeah.
which are things that are, necessary in one's
Yeah.
diet. So I think that you will probably feel better. You will see results in weight loss. You will feel lighter. You will feel energetic at some point. But I don't think they're sustainable.
Yeah.
They're too restrictive, and
Yeah.
I'm against restricting.
Yeah. And
So,
again, we're
yeah.
talking about, again, going extremes
Yes, exactly.
is never beneficial.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is it. I
Absolutely.
do believe in not restricting yourself, and I believe in having a very balanced, varied diet
Yeah.
specific to you.
Yeah,
You know, if you want to go low carb, you can go low carb, but I wouldn't say no carb for life unless otherwise specifically recommended by a doctor or like a
a
you know a
nutritionist.
professional.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah, because now I see also, I'm sure that you have seen it, a lot of videos also about women going in this carnivore
Yeah,
diet and
yeah,
then
yeah.
they end up in the hospital.
And not just that, you know that having a lot of meat can increase estrogen levels.
Mm,
And it's not recommended. And
yeah.
an increase in estrogen levels can lead to cancer, etc. So there's a lot of these things that you know, like you can
Yeah.
learn from going on these diets, and just
Yeah.
just don't follow these trends, and just if you want to try it, go ahead and try it, but it's not something you can sustain long term.
Absolutely. And do you think there's a difference between how a man can sustain carnivore diet compared to a woman? Do you think maybe like men are less sensitive?
Yeah, maybe men are
Yeah.
less sensitive because of their build-up,
Yeah.
because let's say testosterone levels,
Yeah.
they require more protein, let's say, to gain muscle versus women. And then you have women who are just like consuming 50 to 60% of their diet coming from protein, and this is not good.
Yeah.
And for both individuals, you know that a lot of protein can impact your kidneys. Kidneys can start working less efficiently.
Yes.
So it's more than one thing. It's your hormones, it's your
Yeah.
kidneys, it's your appetite, I would say, your cravings. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
And for example, again, you mentioned also the vegan diet.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there was a wave recently about everyone was going vegan and they were demonized the meat. There was this also this trend
For
before.
sure.
What do you think about this other side of the extreme, which is
Yes,
the
the
vegan
vegan diet.
diet?
Yeah. Like I said, if you do follow a vegan diet and you don't follow it properly, you know, if you don't follow it properly, you're probably not intaking the right amount of macronutrients.
Yeah,
Okay, so in that case, people end up going for following this vegan diet that is mainly comprised of carbohydrates, right?
yeah,
Because they have rice, they have
yeah,
potato. Some people cannot tolerate legumes and beans, but they go for it anyway because they want to follow a vegan diet.
yeah,
And on top of that, you are not consuming iron foods that come from animal products. Also, vitamin B12 levels drop.
yeah,
You're not having fish, so you know, like you will have to supplement for memory, for skin, for bones, for health, etc.
yeah,
Bone broth nowadays is a craze, and I think it's essential. And you know, our grandparents and ancestors used to have it. Let's say, or say our
yeah,
grandparents. I used to have it when I was a kid, but that comes from bones, and that's derived from meat and chicken. You
yeah.
know, so going vegan, you're not gonna get a mushroom broth and benefit from it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So unless you really have to follow these diets, okay, for certain medical reasons, then you go for them.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, diversify. You're gonna see it is so simple.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully I can talk about this in a bit, but you know, like just eating well, feeling good is very easy to achieve.
True.
It's not tough.
True. And for example, did it happen to you that maybe like a client really said, I want to go vegan because I don't want to eat animals at all? Did it happen in
Yes,
your
I do have
experience?
friends who do that, and I respect if they don't want to eat animals.
Yeah.
They just need to know how to diversify and vary. 'Cause
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you're eating from the ground, and
Yeah.
that's good for you, right?
Yeah.
It's just that you're not eating the other things that are good for you as well. And again, I believe in balance. So if you want to go vegan, go vegan. You can live till 100 even if you're vegan. So there's no
Yeah.
right or wrong. But it's just good for us to raise awareness on, you know, the pros and cons of following these restrictive
Of
diets.
course.
And like you can create amazing tasting meals on a vegan diet. And there are a lot of ingredients that are vegan, you know.
Yeah.
So once you create like these healthy, balanced vegan meals, I guess you can do well and feel good.
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
But I do think that you will need to supplement.
Yeah, that's
For
what
sure.
that was actually the other
Yes.
question
Yeah.
because I know that I mean you're not getting enough protein
Yes,
as if you're getting like a piece of meat
Yeah,
or a fish.
true,
So I guess then supplements like B12 are
Omega-3, these are all very
Yeah.
essential.
Yeah.
Very essential. But of course, don't take them over the counter. Consult someone who can actually help you with the brand,
Yeah.
the amount, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, as we are, I think in this podcast, we're really like trying to educate and to convey like good messages around nutrition. I also really want to talk about these quick fixes that are so popular nowadays,
Yes, yes.
that are Ozempic and
And
Mounjaro.
Mounjaro, yeah.
Hala, what do you think about
Okay, what
that?
do I think? So let's start with, okay, when Ozempic and Mounjaro, GLP-1 injections or supplements, they will show results.
Yeah.
Okay, and I believe that if they are prescribed by your doctor, your endocrinologist, for certain medical cases like diabetes, insulin
Yeah.
resistance, PCOS, obesity, it's created for a reason, but
Yeah.
it's not created for everybody. And the fact that people can now buy it over the counter is what's making it
It
worse.
is. It's very
So
scary,
it's very scary.
actually.
It's very scary because you might not see side effects instantly, but you might see them long term.
Yeah.
They can affect your gut, your pancreas, your liver, your muscle mass drops. That's the biggest thing. What happens when
Absolutely.
your muscle mass drops, your metabolism drops, and you start gaining weight so quickly over,
Yeah.
the next few years, and you can barely eat.
Yeah.
Because, the whole point of going on them was to lose weight. So if you start gaining weight, it's just gonna
Yeah.
mess up everything. So again, they are useful and they should only be taken as prescribed by your doctor. The thing with these injections is that they suppress appetite, they make you lose muscle mass, and they don't teach you
Yeah.
the negative thing about them is that they don't teach you how to know how your body works. They don't teach you how to change your eating habits. They're just quick fixes.
Yeah.
So once you lose the weight, you will gain it back because you didn't go to you didn't look at the behavioral changes. Like the behavioral changes will still remain the same as they
Yeah.
were from before. So that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? So at the end of the day, like I just want to tell people and educate them that by just going on a proper diet and not going through fixes will let you see results long term.
Yeah,
That's it.
absolutely. And also, I think it will have like a huge impact when it comes to longevity because, again, muscles, especially for
Yeah,
us women,
muscles is for longevity. Like
exactly.
muscles is, the what do you say? Like the biggest ingredient
Yeah,
for, for
exactly. And
longevity.
unfortunately, with these injections, the first thing that you're losing is actually, the
Weight
muscle.
and muscle.
Yeah,
Weight and mainly derived from muscle.
yeah. What are the main symptoms that you can feel once you get the injections?
I believe that it really depends on the dose,
Yeah.
but for sure lightheadedness, for sure lack of sleeping disorders. Yeah, some people report not sleeping well or having insomnia. Nausea is one of the biggest ones. So of course, if the dosages are higher,
Yeah.
you might experience some nausea, and when you're nauseated, you cannot eat.
Yeah.
You don't have an appetite for food.
Yeah.
And plus the other internal factors like pancreatic issues, your pancreas and liver enzymes can be affected.
Yeah.
Your gut, if you have normal blood sugar levels and you go and take those injections to lower them, you might have hypoglycemia. So
Oh, wow.
you're more at risk of fainting or falling
Yeah.
because, your blood sugar levels drop. It's a lot of these things that people
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
experience.
Hala, did it happen to you that a client came to you with this, issues or saying, by the way, I want to be on Mounjaro, or Hala, help me out because I don't want to be on Mounjaro anymore?
Yes, there have been people,
Yeah.
and it's not easy to convince people to do it the harder way, let's
Yeah.
say, which is going
Yeah.
because you need willpower, you need discipline, you need motivation, and I'm sure people who go down that route are the ones who failed or cannot
Yeah.
actually be disciplined and
Yeah.
be patient, etc. So you just have to convince them and
Yeah.
tell them that just start by eating simple foods.
Yeah.
And calorie count, macro count, you will see that your weight will start to just drop slowly while maintaining your energy levels throughout.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And do you think, what do you think is the main suggestion that you would give a person who went under this medication, but
Yes.
actually, he or she had like an aha moment and thought, oh my God, I really want to get rid of it because maybe I had side effects. What do you think is necessary to do in order for the metabolism, I guess,
So I would say it's like it should be a gradual transition.
Yeah.
And they need guidance.
Yeah.
So you need to be guided by a nutritionist or a dietitian to give you a plan to be able to avoid, they say, rebound hunger.
Yeah.
So after you're done, not to get hungry again and go and eat, So you will need someone to help guide you and teach you how to eat well again, to be given
Yeah.
a nutrition plan that you could follow, to learn how to eat intuitively again,
Yeah.
because you were not eating before. And just to understand, nutrition through food.
Yeah, yeah.
But I believe guidance is important,
Yeah.
and this is why us dietitians are here
Yeah.
to help create these plans for them. We just launched at Color My Plate the GLP-1 supportive meal plan for people who are on Mounjaro and Ozempic.
wow.
Because when people are on these on this types of medication, you lose appetite.
Yeah.
So when you lose appetite, you don't eat. You don't think of eating. I have friends who went and had an apple and an egg per day. Can you imagine? That's 200-300
this
calories
extent.
to this extent. So you're starving yourself basically, and you're losing muscle. So we created this plan where we're trying to focus on just giving people, reintroducing balanced meals to them.
Yeah.
Focusing on protein, healthy fats, and like fiber.
Yeah.
These three.
So-
Okay, slowly reintroducing them.
Yeah.
And forming just like like let's say a calorie counted diet that is minimum 1,000 plus minimum, because people were eating nothing.
Yeah.
So you have to slowly reintroduce these meals until they're able to eat more again, and to teach them how to intuitively eat, etc.
Yeah. So, guys, if you're following this episode and you've been on these medications before, I think what you should do, as Ala said, is first of all, seek some guidance and ask for help, because this is something that you cannot invent or do it very based
On your own.
On your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the second, I would say that for sure you need to check Color My Plate because I'm sure that this plan will help a lot of people to reintroduce food in a very gradual way.
Yeah.
But I would say the second pillar is go slow, because you need to adapt the metabolism again to move.
Yeah. You need to eat slowly again to be able to, because these three things that I mentioned, fiber, protein, and healthy fats, they are able to bring back your appetite again.
Yeah.
They are able to bring back your sugar levels to normal levels.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is how you do it slowly until you're able to eat more again.
Yeah, and we can say that it is possible to heal from these medications.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it is. It
Yes.
is possible to heal, but it's also weaning off of them.
Yeah.
And the after work, like how you're gonna be able to, how you're gonna face what you've reached, and what you're gonna do about it, like which route you're gonna go, which healthy route you're gonna go.
Healthy, exactly,
Yes,
as you
yeah,
said,
yeah.
as you said. Hala, I think I would never stop as a gut specialist to underline and to speak out loud about how gut health is so important. And
It's our second brain, by the way, right?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. And how can nutrition impact gut health?
Okay, so gut health is the most important thing.
Yes.
I believe. Okay, it's everything.
Yes.
Okay, and they say that the more diverse your diet is with plant foods, which are legumes, beans, herbs, nuts, seeds, plants, etc. The more diverse your gut microbiome is.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? When you have a healthy gut microbiome, it means your digestion is better, your hormones are in check, even your mood improves.
Yes.
Right or wrong?
Yes.
I mean, I went through something this year where I had issues with my gut, not knowing where they came from, because I consider myself healthy. I eat well, I sleep well, I exercise, I drink water, etc. But things happen in life, and you're like, oh my God, what happened? I noticed this, I noticed that.
Even on a mental level,
Exactly.
guys.
And when my gut is unhappy, my mood flips.
Tell me about it.
I become like, a downer.
Yes.
Because sometimes you're either in the bathroom or you can't go to the bathroom, or you feel bloated. Look, my stomach's out, and we care a lot about aesthetics, right?
True.
If my stomach's out, you don't want to go out anymore, etc. So I feel once your gut is happy, you are happy.
Yes.
And your hormones are happy as
Yes.
well. So it's actually very important.
Yeah.
And I want to just tell people as well that you just can't go take over-the-counter supplements just like that. Sometimes, probiotics and prebiotics can be good for you, but sometimes you have a condition where these are not good for you.
Absolutely.
So again, seek help. Go to gut specialists like you. Go to see gastroenterologists. Seek medical professional help before you go and take over-the-counter supplements and drugs.
Yeah. No, absolutely. What I'm sure maybe that that happened to you as well, is that sometimes people come to me and they try their best to get supplements, or just because they hear fermented foods are good, but then it's important to guide them and say, okay, but wait, do you really need fermented food?
Exactly.
If you're already bloated? Do you really need probiotics if your gut flora is exploding? So, like, I cannot be happier that you underlined this because I feel that we really need to convey this message that, and sometimes it's even like, it's very simple, guys. Sometimes you just need to fix your nutrition. You don't need
It's as
this
simple as
100,000
that.
supplement.
It's as simple as that.
Yes.
So like I wanted to find this diagnosis that I had to see what
Yeah.
nutrition intervention I'm supposed to
Yeah.
follow, right?
Yeah.
It becomes really easy.
Yeah.
Okay, I have IBS, you follow a FODMAP diet. Okay, I have a gluten intolerance, you exclude gluten.
Yeah.
And you can still eat well, the food
Absolutely.
will still taste good, it doesn't mean restriction, what
Yeah.
I mean? You have a lot of things that you can replace gluten with nowadays, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So as long as you know what you have, then you can easily fix it with the help
Absolutely.
of professionals out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Hala created an amazing meal plan, which I just want to say something, by the way, about meal plans. And I want to, of course, hear your opinion because you're in it as an entrepreneur. Like, I found, for example, like a lot of meal plans that are very heavy and they're not healthy at all. But then when I look at Hala's website, everything it's made so tailor made on specific conditions,
Yeah.
type of nutritions, and actually the food looks so vibrant. And also the reason why I wanted to invite you here is because I do believe in meal plans, and I think you find the right way to just make it in a way that people actually want to eat. Because sometimes even me as a person, especially back in the days when I was more like fixated into fitness,
Yes.
even though as a gut specialist, I love to cook, home cooking, and I'm a big advocate of this. I just wanted to try a meal plan, and it was a horrible experience because I felt like, oh my god, I need to eat this food that looks like hospital, you know. But when I look at her page, I was like finally in Dubai, because in Dubai
Yeah.
no one cooks basically because no
Yes.
one has time. Finally, there is a meal plan that it makes me want to eat, you
Thank
know.
you. Thank
So
you.
I really want actually you to guide me through the process, the idea, and
Sure.
how you create
Sure.
this amazing
Sure.
project.
So when I started Color My Plate, there were so many meal plan companies out there that were either too restrictive
Yeah,
or too generic.
yeah,
All right. And fortunately for those that were generic, they had the most clients, but they were generic,
yeah,
And because I cared about what I put into my body, I wanted to actually feed the community the same way I feed myself.
yeah,
Okay. And this is why I started Color My Plate. I did not want my meals to be bland, not sustainable, not tasty, because so many
yeah.
meal plan companies out there do not taste great. Okay.
I
What
agree.
I wanted to do was to provide people with nourishing, healthy, wholesome, tasty dishes
Yeah,
while allowing them to still enjoy them and not
yeah,
feel like they're on a diet.
yeah,
Okay. And what's different from other meal plan companies at Color My Plate is that we tailor to people's needs, requirements,
yeah,
medical conditions, dislikes, intolerances, etc.
yeah,
So we don't want to be generic.
yeah,
Everyone asks me, how many clients do you have? It doesn't matter. I am actually helping people
yeah,
get rid of these specific symptoms, or I'm helping them cure disease. This was my goal in life as a
yes,
dietitian. I
yes,
wanted to help people cure themselves from disease,
yeah,
and diseases like PCOS, like gut health, like IBS, like SIBO, like cancer, like kidney problems, etc. You name it.
yeah,
So what we do at Color My Plate is we make meals from scratch. We make sure they're balanced, and we make sure that you enjoy them so you can
yeah.
stay with us long term.
Yeah, nice. So, when this amazing project started?
It started, the idea came about in 2013, but I launched the meal plans in 2017. Yeah,
Okay, okay, okay,
2017.
okay, nice.
Yes.
And how was the process in getting into it? So, I guess that you collaborate with people who made recipes. I just want to hear a little bit about the behind the
Sure.
scene of this project.
Sure. So I actually, a close friend of mine introduced me to someone who wanted to invest in me or the
Yes.
brand, and we became partners. And luckily, there was a kitchen that was ready, so we partnered together and we launched in 2017. I had to make up a team. I had to hire people. We had to, for the first 3-4 months, we had to test recipes, come up with
Yeah.
really cool, vibrant looking, balanced recipes, etc. I wouldn't tell you that there were no ups and downs, but let's say around 2-3 years, we were able to grow our community, our client database,
Yeah.
etc. And with time, we learned what people wanted, what was missing in the market, what I wanted to work on,
Yeah.
etc. And then after 3 years, I moved into a bigger kitchen, and now I'm in the third kitchen. I have a great team of chefs who now are professionals in learning
Yeah.
or in knowing how to cook healthy.
Yeah.
And I also have a team of clinical dietitians who are there to help guide people on
that's
choosing the right
amazing.
plan and to check in on them
Yeah.
on their journey with Color My Plate.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes,
It's
yes.
amazing the fact that they can check on, the clients and
We
see.
always do. We always do.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that, again, it's a personalized approach.
Yes.
Not like, here you go, take your food, give us the money.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, we want people to feel good.
Absolutely,
Right?
absolutely. So you were talking about, ups and downs.
Yes.
Can you please share with us like the downs and the thing that you would have never imagined, and the ups and the satisfaction that you get?
Okay. Top of my mind, I could
course.
tell you that it's very difficult to manage people.
Yeah.
Managing a group of people is tough. There's always, complaints here and there, or things that you don't agree upon, etc.
Yeah.
Also, like accommodating people's requests. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That was a challenge. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say it was a down, but it was a challenge, and we always thought, okay, maybe we have to change this, maybe we have to change that, and changing things would either cost money or cost us time. So it was these were like the constant struggles
Yeah.
every day. Also growth, when it comes to growth,
Yeah.
and you face obstacles, it's
Yeah.
quite tough.
Yes.
Right? It's never easy for an
Yes.
entrepreneur or a business owner. And don't forget, I have a nutrition background, I have a medical background. I never got into business or did an MBA or whatnot, So it was always a challenge for me.
Yeah.
But with time, you learn. You learn from people. You learn from your partners. You learn from your employees. You learn from your clients.
True.
And I wouldn't tell you that it's easy right now at present. It's not easy. all right?
Absolutely.
But it's gotten easier. And once you start to believe in yourself and you see that your clients are happy, that is the biggest reward.
Absolutely.
That is the biggest reward for me.
Absolutely. Yeah. And what do you think in a world where actually we have so many information, so many inputs?
Yes.
For example, let's say I'm a typical, like I'm a listener who has like a terrible nutrition and maybe super stressed,
okay.
or maybe craving only sugars.
Yeah.
So what are the baby steps that we can take in order to get into, I don't want to say like a perfect nutrition,
Yeah.
because no one is perfect, but
Yeah.
just an ideal nutrition or plan?
Yeah, what I would say is, stick to real food. It is that simple. Okay, stick to the main food groups. You can cook at home with lean protein, complex carbohydrates, use healthy fats. Don't think about the next diet out there. Don't think about the next big trend. Don't think about these things.
Yeah.
Your diet does not have to be perfect, but it needs to be consistent.
Yeah.
Once you have a consistent diet where you are making sure that your meals are balanced and they are as colorful as Color My Plate, let's say, Color My Plate's plates,
Yes.
then you don't have to worry about it. Then everything will flow. It's going to be very simple. Okay, so stick to basic ingredients. And if you want to buy something that is packaged, make sure that the ingredients are 4 or less.
Yes.
Nothing more than that. And ingredients that you can recognize.
Yeah.
Not ingredients that sound Chinese to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so cook at home.
Yeah.
People tell me, what almond milk brand is bad? I'm like, don't buy any. Make it at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you can, make it at home.
Yeah.
Oat milk, same thing. It takes 5 minutes. It's 2
True.
ingredients. Oats and water, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's very simple. You just
Yeah.
have to put the effort. You have to make the time. You have to plan properly. Everyone meal preps on a Sunday. You
Yeah.
can do that as well, right?
Absolutely.
Just cook at home.
Absolutely.
So your plates have to be colorful. Stick to the main food groups. Stay away from processed foods. And if you want to have anything that's packaged, try to read the labels and choose packages, or let's say items that have 4 ingredients or less.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Hala, last question.
Yeah.
What are the main messages that you really want to convey through not only your project, but you as a nutritionist, that you feel that it's still I don't want to say a misconception, but
Yeah.
still, it needs to be pushed through a little bit, especially in Dubai, maybe, talking about our city.
Okay. I guess what I would say is um, try to really make time to prepare your own meals. Try to know where your food is coming from. Make sure that in general you cut down on alcohol, smoking, you sleep better, you hydrate more.
The
Okay, it's
basics.
the most important thing, just the basics.
Yeah.
I know that we live in a city that is fast paced, and unfortunately, we can't just go and sit in the park all year long or go walk in the forest or just
Yeah.
go down and walk all year long. Let's say go for long walks, because just we don't have that,
Yeah.
right? It's not given to us. But at the same time, we can go to the gym. We have the best gyms. We have beautiful beaches. We have nice, let's say, places where we
Outdoors.
can
Yeah.
run and walk, etc. So if we don't make that change,
Yeah.
we are gonna end up
Yeah.
feeling like crap. We're gonna end up gaining weight,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah.
So what I would tell people is that it's very simple. Just sleep well, hydrate, try to cook your own meals. If you can, go on a meal plan. I don't know. Try to eat as healthy as you can most
Yeah.
of the week, 80% of your week, so that you can enjoy on the weekend.
Yeah.
Limit alcohol, limit smoking, and don't follow these, restrictive diets or these trendy things that are
Yeah.
coming out every single
And I
day.
feel also, especially for us women, we feel so much pressure when it comes to, I don't know, being on a diet, constantly on a
Yeah.
diet. And actually, I would love women to just break free from this like restrictiveness and
Yes.
just, of course, take care of yourself, but in a more like way, in a more relaxing way to just honor
I
our
know what you
body.
mean, but there's just so much information out there.
I know.
Now that social media, boomed in the last, like, let's say 15 to 20
Yeah.
years. So it's simple. I think the more you think about it, the more complex it becomes.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
and then when it's more complex, then your mood changes, things get affected in your body.
Yeah.
When it should have been the opposite.
Yeah.
Just take things as they come,
Yeah.
eat well, exercise, strength train, gain muscle,
Yeah.
we're aging, right? So I tell people, like, they're like, "Oh, I can't seem to lose weight." What do you eat? I eat healthy. How much do you eat? Maybe you're overeating. Are you strength training?
Or
No,
under
I'm not.
eating
I walk.
sometimes.
I go on the treadmill. I'm like, that's not enough. So I think it's all about education.
Yeah.
Once you educate people and they start to make those small, tiny habits,
Yeah.
it will take them far. You
Absolutely.
know.
Hala, do you think that the future of nutrition is gonna be like back to the basics in the future, or do
I
you think
really
it's gonna be super complex?
Well, looking at how it's going, I
Yeah.
guess it's going to be complex, but at the same time, now people are getting more into longevity and
True.
wellness, and they're more interested in that, which
True.
I love. So there's so much to learn, even
Yeah.
myself, like I'm learning every single day.
Yeah.
Um, and I guess it really depends on you and your surroundings and the people around you,
Yeah.
like, do you want to live in a household where all of you start to make those
Yeah.
small changes and improve these habits to live healthier, or do
Yeah.
you want to be surrounded by people who will keep you, like,
In
let's say,
check.
yeah,
Yeah.
or keep letting you have those bad habits, or
Yeah.
not making you healthy, etc.
Yeah.
So I believe it's. I think we're going through, like, it really depends on you. You make the
Yeah.
decision. It's all a decision to go through down that route or that route.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hala, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you,
And
Vicky. It's a
where
pleasure.
where can people find you, and where can people actually, get
Okay.
color my plate?
So we have a website, colormyplate.ae. Once you're on the website, you can check all our services on all our different meal plans. We also do catering. We also have a beautiful food shop where you can shop
Oh
online
wow.
for, like, healthy treats, pantry items,
Amazing.
desserts, and even, like, homemade meals. If you don't want to cook, we can prepare the meals for you. You don't have to be on a meal plan. You can just order, like, a meal for four, a meal for six delivered to your house. Yeah, and we offer a 20-minute nutrition consultation. If you want to get on a meal plan, that's actually complimentary. So if you're interested, please log on. We're also available on WhatsApp 7 days a week. So reach out if you want to start your health journey now.
Amazing. And if a person wants to reach out to you as a dietitian,
Sure,
they can find
Of
you
course,
on
they can find me
Instagram.
online. Yes, they can find me. They can speak to anyone from my team as well. And we'll be
Amazing.
very, very happy to
Amazing.
help.
I cannot wait to try the home cooking one. I swear.
Yes.
I'm down for this.
Sure.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Hara,
you.
for being
Thank you,
with us.
Vicky. It's a
And
pleasure.
guys, I'll see you on the next episode.